Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Hey,
I'm here with Chappers, and we have an Andertons shopping challenge coming up.
As was highly requested by the people on Instagram.
I've got a pile of cards. Electric guitar cards, pedal cards, and amp cards. Rob and I are going to pick one each. Don't show anybody until the end, Rob.
Okay.
And then basically this is going to give you your price brackets that you're allowed to choose from. So
okay, ready?
Here we go. What are you going first? Electric guitar first? Don't show anyone. And a pedal. And an amp. Oh, he's taken the top card. Okay, I'm doing the same, hopefully at random. I have shuffled these, so I don't know what's in them. I'll have this one. Oh, I've got two at the same time.
Is it quite difficult picking your own?
Yes, and I'll have this one for amps. Okay, is that my three? What price have you got to shop for your electric guitar, Rob?
Okay, electric guitar for me.
I'm showing the camera.
Is ready. 3, 2, 1. Boomer! 250 to 500. I've got 500 quid to buy a guitar.
Virtually anything I want in the entire store. I've got the £2,000 plus. Right, what amp have you got, Rob?
Okay.
To the camera, ready?
Well, this is the most important amount of money for the
This will be where I get £100.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. 250 quid. It says 50 to 250.
I've got 750 to 1,000.
Off to an amazing start, but luckily,
is the pedal going to save it?
I'm going to be 2, 1. 750
plus. Wow.
So,
do you know,
my pedal could be the most expensive thing.
Or you could have a number of pedals. I don't even think there is a pedal, like a Quad Cortex.
Is a Helix a pedal?
Yeah, that's why I'm letting you have that, you see.
Okay.
Wow, let's go shopping. Do you want to go first?
I mean, why not? That's what she said.
Take it away.
Electric guitar, 250 to 500 sterling. Let's find something delicious. Follow me. Now, in my previous quest for affordable tone, I did discover this second-hand Maverick. Who remembers these? They're amazing. However, despite the fact that it's 1 sterling less than my top budget, I was forbidden from using it by Lee because it's second-hand. So, it's not a thing. These are all second-hand? They are all second-hand. I can't do that either. My Chapman spidey senses tingle over here because, for example, a lot of these are out of my budget as well. This might be a lot of me soul searching. That's a shame, look at that. Oh, that's lovely. I'd like that. Where are the cheap guitars in Andertons? I've dragged in Pete and Ore to help me out because I don't really know what's for sale in this store anymore because it's been so long. I have just from the corner of my eye seen that.
I know. I was literally about to say, if you're looking at, what have you got? 5?
I've got 500 quid.
But that's not. But listen, man. There's so much good stuff for 500 quid around.
All right.
Epiphone, like the Junior.
Yeah, this looks good.
It's amazing. But Epiphone has gone up a bit recently, so.
Yeah, no, really.
But that is a rock and roll machine, man.
I mean, that does look beautiful.
Yeah, it's a rock machine.
Is there anything else with more than one pickup?
Yeah. So.
That's an option for sure.
It's an option. There's some Squire stuff. With humbuckers. There's some rock and roll machines here.
That's
with
cool.
Humbuckers. These sounds good, they're very good. 2 P90s. So it's like, it's like a
and it comes with the free online guitar lesson, which, to be really honest,
and this looks like a 2 little eyes and a mouth that goes, hi?
Found it.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
499.
Boom.
But this is a really simple ESP-LTD rock machine. And it's 519. That looks good as well. This feels great, actually. I'm 19 sterling over, but to be honest with you, look at that. But I could,
Cat amongst the pigeons.
Oh, that is a cat amongst the pigeons. How much is that?
£439. Look at that. I remember us doing a video on that, me and Lee, and it was just such a great guitar. Such a rock machine. And the pickups are just throaty and goggly. Listen to that.
It's really good. I'm really glad that you found it.
I know.
So it's 439.
I forgot about it and I thought they are definitely a contender.
You have persuaded me to change.
You think
I'm
you
like,
should?
yeah, this is.
I think so.
It just feels nicer.
There you go.
Anyway, look, amplifier,
Amplifier.
250.
Oh yeah.
Please don't hate me if it's just going to be a katana. But what I want to know is, how much is the 100 watt katana nowadays in England?
Oh. No. 349.
Oh no!
Oh.
Okay.
Damn it.
I've got a budget of 750 for a pedal.
Yeah, plus.
I could use a Helix Stomp and plug straight into an Everse powered PA.
You can.
Or something
you
like
can.
that.
You can buy any of that stuff. I would say, if I was you, I'll get an amp, and then just a couple of pedals.
Yeah.
Because you start with all of this stuff and you come out from there.
It's confusing.
It's not confusing, and it'll sound okay.
Yeah, you're right.
But an amp, that doesn't feel like an amp. I don't know.
Can I find a combo for 250?
See, that is $4.99.
$4.99, mate.
What's the smaller one of these? Because that's the big one, isn't it?
There is one I can afford.
That's not a bad amp, that.
I can afford this Infinitum V5 from Bugera.
That's not a bad amp, that.
I've never tried it. What does it sound like?
Sounds like an amp.
Well, I need an amp. All right, look.
This is a hard one, isn't it?
It's a hard one because I'm all about the amp.
Exactly.
But to be honest, this
200 quid is not a lot, is it?
No, but this is fine. We're going to go
How about
with this.
this little one? How much are these little Amy's here?
A lot. Let's try this. Actually, you know what? It's reassuringly heavy.
They're good.
It
I like
feels it's a solid product.
Yeah.
It's 200 quid.
Yeah.
It's
a tube amp, isn't it?
It's a tube amp. Yeah. It's Bugera. Let's try this. Now I can get any pedal I want. Everyone sees me playing katana all the time.
Yeah.
I've never tried that. It looks quite good.
Is it?
Oh, you can't see. Get away, get away.
Oh, you can't see?
Sneaking up to my stuff.
All right, so what are you looking at pedal-wise? What do you fancy?
Well, I want to see if this has verb.
Effects loop.
So it's got verb.
Yeah. No effects loop.
No effects loop. All right. That's fine.
Well, neither does the katana for that matter.
Fine. It's fine. We're just going to get a really good gain pedal. What about the Archer?
You can get a revival drive. That is great. That's
What
a
is
great
what is
pedal.
this reminiscent
It's like
of?
it's just a wide thing of drives. Lots of different drives in it.
All right, we'll try that.
I've got one in the studio.
We'll try Revival Drive.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
Well, what I need now is a delicious delay or something.
I mean, you could have one of these Una amps.
What are
they? They just make everything better. It's like a. That's what it is make
Really?
everything sound better.
All right.
I've got one in the studio.
All right, I'll have an Una.
Yeah, because you put that in and it just does this to its sound. Whoop.
Tape Echo and Reverb Galaxy.
Yeah, got that.
You got that too.
I got that as well. That's,
Well, there you
that's
go.
good. Got that. Got
That's
that.
all I need. So I've got some echoes.
You can have some
I've got some
Strymon. You can have a
drive.
Strymon. That's nothing. That's
What's the fuzz bubble?
the fuzz bubble.
Yeah.
It's just. I think it's an overdrive and a fuzz in one. Can't really remember. We did the video of it. They're great.
Right,
pedals as
we're
well.
going to try the fuzz bubble.
Fuzz bubble.
So fuzz bubble, Galaxy from UA. We're going to try the Revival Drive from
and
Origin
the Una,
Effects.
just
And the
for-
Una.
For
And
glorious tones.
that's gonna sort me out. Lee can't look at my gear while he's here.
No.
So we'll see you back in the studio. Bye.
It is my turn. Obviously, I'm already going to win because I've somehow fluked picking a mega budget for all this. Might as well start with, what shall we start with? Should we start with guitars? I've got basically unlimited. Let's go at the back where the unlimitedly priced guitars are. Now, I almost feel like when you've got unlimited budget, it's the hardest choice of all because it's like I can have anything I want from this room. I suppose, do I go versatile and modern? Something like an Iconic or something like that? Or do I go, or a Paul Reed Smith, or do I go kind of iconic, classic, traditional? That's what I meant. Oh my heavens above. You know, I'm just gonna smash it. I'm gonna find, I know we had some Masterbuilt stuff come in the other day. Assuming any of it's left, I'm just gonna get some oh my life. That's not Masterbuilt, but that is so bling. This is all new in, I think. I've not seen this stuff yet. So Strats and Tellies are an option. Help me, Ollie. If you had literally, you could have anything in this room, what would you buy? Like what's that quintessential question? What's the best guitar in the shop?
You mentioned Master Builders.
Yeah.
I was eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Sold out of Master Builders.
Have we already again?
They've got to be quick. Our viewers have to be quick.
It would have been so much easier if I'd just pulled out, you've got £500 to spend, because I think I'd sort of know where I'd go. You think the telly, that gold telly, just because it's so ridiculously bling. It's just gold because it's gold. It's gold because it's gold. Gold bullion. I'm going for the gold Telecaster.
Your soul.
Exactly.
You've got the power to know.
I'm going gold. I haven't even tried it, to be honest with you. That's how superficial I am when I like guitars. It might be the worst sounding guitar I've ever tried. Let's have just a check. No, it's awesome. Does it suit me? Does it match my eyes?
It suits you so well.
Let's do it then. Okay, so amps, I have got £750 to £1,000 to spend. It's quite a narrow price bracket, that one. AC30, not really familiar territory to me. Little Marshalls I'm not going to be able to do for under £1,000 unless I buy the combo. I've got £750 to £1,000 and this is £749. Do you think if I ask Andertons to put the price up by £1, I'd be allowed to have this one? I think I just want a Hot Rod Deluxe. You know, just go totally classic, cliche, that's the one. But let's have a little look up here. I'm sure I have tried one of these at some point, but not recently. 20 watt Lionheart, 2-channel, decent sized cab, 112. What's the speaker in it? A G12H. So it's not a cream back. But that's a shout. How much is a Hot Rod Deluxe nowadays? And where are they?
They should hopefully be round on our right. 899.
You've solved my dilemma. That's all right.
Waiting there for you in the middle.
I mean, who hasn't relied on one of these as their trusty amp of choice? So I'm going to get that. I'm going to get Hot Rod Deluxe Mark IV, the telly. I've gone very Fender, haven't I? And then what did I have for pedals? I had between 500 and 750 to buy pedals. Is that, can I assume I can borrow power supplies and cables and all that kind of stuff? So it's just straight pedals. Let's go and look in the pedal cabinet. So I know on the Hot Rod Deluxe, I've got bags of clean headroom. I've got a lovely reverb in there. I'm going to need a couple of pedals that are going to give me a good drive sound at a lower volume. I'm going to need some delay, and that's probably all I'll use. So I can get like 3 or 4 really good pedals. Okay, so number one, I've just seen it out the corner of my eye now, and it's a 2-in-1 pedal. I want a protein drive from Brown Amplification, because that'll give me like a I think it's a blues breaker and a tube screamer kind of vibe either side. So I'm gonna have one of those. Could have a brig, couldn't I? Could have a cloudburst. Mother, but that's reverb. Like a clonny, boosty, punch it in the mid-range thing. A Tumnus, a mini Tumnus. So I'm gonna look these up as I'm going along, see if I can afford them. Let's just literally do protein drive, the Tumnus, and the brig, and I've probably got a bit of change. Oh, that is 3 pedals of juicy tone right here. Anyway, back to the video room. So we got some nice kind of clean tones, but what you got if we need to, you know, tear it up a little bit? I mean, can you go?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Captain Goldfinger. Because yeah, I got. Or I've got.
I like the other one better. What's the other side of that?
I've got
bubble thing.
Let me run you through the whole thing.
Yes, come on, let's talk about it then. So what did you choose?
I chose a beautiful Gretsch Electromatic. Is it called Electromatic?
It
Yes,
is.
an Electromatic Chinese-crafted beautiful Gretsch guitar with double pickups, rosing wood. This looks like it's a maple top.
I forget whether this video was with you or with Pete, but many moons ago, I picked that out actually as probably the best guitar under £500 that we had on the day that we did that video.
Interesting.
I thought that was fantastic. It's got real shades of Malcolm Young about it, and it's nothing like as expensive as you would think just looking at it.
Yeah. Well, it was a real close sort of toss-up between this and the LTD, and I feel a bit sorry for LTD because I was on the verge of going with it, and then Pete went, oh, what about this? And I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's really nice.
So what are we? So this was what you had the sort of the medium price to play with. You had unlimited pedal budget, but the amp was tough, right?
You absolutely screwed me on the
Well,
amp.
you picked the card. So what were you had up to $250 to spend on the amp, right?
Yeah,
what were your choices?
my choices really were Katana, but I use Katana all the time, and I kind of thought, you know what, I've been there, done that, wore the t-shirt, got the amp at home. But I've never tried Bugera. So we figured, why not try this beautiful looking Bugera? And it was super affordable. In fact, it is a mere £199 sterling English money.
Crazy.
Which is really good. It's quite weighty, which for me is a sort of reassurance that it's going to have, tone that isn't too boxy. And I think it's more foxy than boxy.
Now, no word of a lie. I've just come back from holiday in Greece, a little island called Kos. Hello to everybody that I met while I was there. The hotel band, was it a little 4-piece, I think it was, girl singer, bass player, drummer, guitar player. Guitar player has the little 5-watt Bugera. I've spotted it from the side. Now they used to play, they do all their gigs with like one of these like Bose column type PAs. And in fact, I don't even know if he was miking it or not. He had a few little pedals, nothing crazy. But they were playing in this like outdoor bar, fairly quietly, background music, outdoor bar. And that sounded massive.
Oh, I'm sure if you crank it up, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying, the opposite. I think because it was outdoors and so the sound could kind of travel and it wasn't crazy loud, it sounded great. And they were playing with a live drummer, bass player, like I said, doing all covers,
What's the 25-watt all-valve, and it's called the Infinitum, so it's, energy infinitum.
And I said to him, so why have you got that? And he just said, it's just like, I just need to be able to just turn up tiny, like amp in one hand, guitar in the other.
Yeah.
I can't make too much noise. And it did sound really good. But there you are. So
I got the Infinitum.
Yeah.
And it's got reverb built in.
Infinitum?
Yeah.
Infinium.
Sorry. Infinitum is a song that I released.
Is it?
Infinium.
Infinium.
So it's got reverb built in.
It does sound like a Harry Potter spell, doesn't it? But there we are. It's like how to get good tone. Infinium!
It doesn't have an effects loop. That's not surprising.
But it has valves in it.
It's got valves in it, yeah. So we just threaded all the pedals, which I had unlimited budget for, and have made some interesting discoveries through it. So what I'd love to do, if you're okay with me doing this now, is just go, well, here's how it sounds with everything on, and then plug in some of these here pedals.
Sounds actually not bad, is it?
Reverb, yeah, it's
but
good
you wanted the
reverb.
reverb off or very low because you were going to use pedal reverb.
Because I had an infinite pedal budget, it just seemed rude to not go with a beautiful Galaxy from UA. Why wouldn't you? So,
and ironically, all of those pedals are more expensive than your amplifier.
Yes.
Individually.
I know.
The irony. Unlikely to actually ever see this rig in the wild.
That's not particularly ever going to happen. Well, it might do. Let's challenge somebody. But the Galaxy is a reverb and a delay.
Oh, and modulated.
I like that.
I'm so bored of saying this kind of thing but even though that's going to be an incredibly affordable speaker and it's small and compact, just the fact that it's at least got a valve in it is doing that nice response and harmonicness, and it just sounds natural.
Well, you know what makes it sound even better than that?
What's that?
Is when Pete Honore goes, oh, you should try this Una. And I'm like, what's that? And he goes, it's the thing that makes everything sound better.
That's all it does.
I think it's like a sonic maximizer from BBE. Do you remember those?
It's a buffer and an EQ basically, but like like the best one.
All right, so here's without. Here's with. Without. With. I'm not strumming differently.
The guy who makes these we did a video interview with him, and the best way to describe the Una is like once you've got everything, you've got your best guitar, you've got your favorite guitar, your favorite amp, you've got all your best pedals, you've got everything that you want, and you're just looking for that little cherry on top to sort of, you don't know what it is, but you just want to make it better. You just slap the Una in, and it just gives you that last 1 or 2%.
Slap in the Una. Okay.
Yes.
Well, now that you said that, it sounds great. So, reverb, delay on, Una on. Next,
That sounds good.
I'll just remove the delay and reverb just so that we can really hear these drives. I've got 2 drives. I want an option on the way my drive sounds. I've got the beautiful Revival drive from Origin Effects. And you can set this a myriad of ways, but I have gone with this way. Because it sounded good.
I've always liked the smoothness of the saturation on the Revival drive.
Yeah.
That is a good pedal.
It's good. And then I've got the Fuzz Bubble.
Never tried this before. No
Neither had
idea
I.
what it is.
I chose it because it looked really cute. And it has
knew that's why you chose it.
It has 2 options. It's got a fuzz option or an overdrive option. I'm immediately using the overdrive option. Here it sounds. Kind of like ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Raspy.
If I stack the Origin on top, sounds
Good sound.
really good.
Really
And if I swap it over to the fuzz, then it's like this. It could be a lot more
crazy.
fuzzy.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not that fuzzy,
Well,
is
I
it?
can make it a lot more
Like Fuzzy Bear.
chill, man.
Go
It can
on.
be.
I think I liked that side with the Revival drive. I think I like the white LED on the fuzz
Yeah, you
bubble
like-
and the Revival drive.
And the revival.
Yeah.
Quickly switching off that Una, it sounds like this instead. How much is the Una?
It's quite expensive, the Una. It's a what, 250-ish, something like that.
All right.
But
For what it does.
I still think, again, potentially if you've got a £200 amplifier and a £400 guitar and stuff like that, maybe the Una's not aimed at you. But I think if you've got your £2,000 guitar and your £2,000 amp and all your beautiful pedals and stuff, and you're just going, how do I just sprinkle the magic sauce on? Hey, that made a massive difference.
I've got a video suggestion for us. Can we do the Boss Equalizer versus the Una? See if we can get
Well,
it to sound the same.
yes, there is that conspiracy theory that, you know, the Una is perhaps less magic and more EQ related, but I don't know. It's definitely we can
Let's
try
find
it.
out one
Okay,
day.
next time.
One day we'll find out.
So,
what have you got, Lee?
So I went with my eyes overruled every other sense that I have here, including common sense, and bought me this amazing 51 Telecaster in gold with the sort of the relic finish on it. So it's a journeyman relic, I think. So tons and tons of
Is
checking.
that real gold?
It's 100% 24 karat magic gold.
So it's actually gold?
No, it's just paint,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
just paint.
What you mean?
It's
Is
not
this actually a solid gold
Well,
guitar?
no. I meant, is it gold leaf? Because
It's not
I've
gold
seen
leaf.
guitars
Yeah,
with
no.
gold leaf on them, and I wondered if
No,
that was
it's not gold leaf. It's gold
Only because
paint.
the price.
51 Telecaster, Josephina hand wired pickups, and other than that, it's just basically normal.
Who's
normal
Josephina?
spec. She's like isn't she? She's like the original pickup winding lady who was there when Leo was there. You know, like she's old school. She's still there.
She's still winding.
pickups. Absolutely.
Thanks,
Apparently
Josephina.
so. Anyway, so this telly into a Hot Rod Deluxe. This is £5,000. If you want this actual one, you're going to need to come and ask for serial number R1268. I can't read it. 882. We'll
Did
put
you
a
tell
link to it
them-
below. R126882.
Did you tell them the price of that guitar?
£5,000. So I had an unlimited budget to buy guitars with.
That's only £5,000.
It's not even that. It's £4,999.
Yeah, knock a quid off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called Frost Gold.
Froth gold.
Doesn't do anything clever. Just does. It's just an awesome telly. Amp-wise, I didn't really know what else to do. I had this weird budget of $750 to $1,000, so there was a lot of stuff that I couldn't quite afford and a ton of good stuff that was actually not expensive enough, bizarrely. And I thought, I nearly chose an amp that was less than $750, but then I thought, no, in the spirit of the game,
Tricky for you, wasn't it, Lee?
Got to get the
Difficult
right amp. This is $899, so kind of slap bang in the middle. It's the Hot Rod Deluxe Mark IV. Has there been a better selling valve amplifier over the last, this amp must have been out 20 years since the version 1, maybe more, 25 years, I don't know. It's a 112, 40 watt, hard to tame, because it's like, it's still got that problem that this has had from day one of volume on nothing, obviously is nothing, and then it goes like, sound like a rubbish transistor radio, really, really quiet, and then it sort of goes, smash you in the face, that's
Why wouldn't
loud.
you just use a volume pedal with it?
Yeah, there are some aftermarket sort of third-party things you can put in the effects loop to sort of dial that back. But anyway, I got it pretty much as quiet as it'll go on a clean sound. The reverb's built in. Reverb, again, a bit like the volume, is over the top. So reverb halfway up is this. Too much. So I've got the reverb about 2. If people are interested in the settings, we'll insert a picture of them now. So that's my basic sound.
Can we just remind ourselves, though, that that's the best part of $6,000?
100%.
This is the best part of £600.
Exactly.
Law of diminishing returns. That sounds really good.
But not 10 times.
But doesn't sound 10 times
I get
better
that.
than this.
100% get that. Okay, so pedals-wise, I've gone for 2 overdrive pedals, one of which has got 2 overdrive circuits in it. So I've kind of got 3 pedals, 3 overdrive sounds, and I've got the brig for some delay. So the blue side of the Protein is my, and again, my settings are, actually almost everything on here is at 12 o'clock, but just like a, so I can still be very clean if I pick soft. Or my favourite chord. If I dump the green side, I could use them independently, but what I'm doing here typically is then dumping the green side on top of the blue to go. So I've got my 2 big rhythm sounds, you know, and then the tumnus, which is obviously clon kind of designed around, gives me my lead boost. Might even be a bit too much for some people, but I think without it, you're just, with it, sorry, you've got that sustain into the feedback, which
it's very
sounds
compressed
so nice.
though, isn't it?
Super compressed.
Yeah.
So without it, it's a little bit more. And then I've got the brig set to its middle mode. This is my basics. So it's fairly long delay, but quite subtle in the mix. Modulation a tiny bit. So this is like a bucket brigade kind of. We had this issue, not issue, but you know, in the Boss video that we did yesterday.
Yeah.
It's almost like once I've got a couple of good drive sounds and a delay sound, I'm sort of pointlessly adding pedals. I'm just adding pedals that I'll never switch on. It's just a waste of time for me. But that, I'm really happy with this. I mean, like you say, I lucked out pulling the. I think if I'd have had this amp and these pedals,
yeah,
I could absolutely have been happy if I'd have pulled that card out.
Can we swap guitars just for a bit?
100%.
See what it's like, because I'm curious. When I broke into Andertons on Sunday, this is the guitar I filmed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Who knew?
Apparently I did.
Do you know what I think is always ironic in these videos?
Really
is
nice.
that the reality is every guitar player spends way more on their guitars than they do on their amps and their pedals.
Yeah.
Their guitar collection, if you've got, people have guitar collections. Nobody has amp collections, or very rarely, not in the same way anyway. And yet all these videos that we do ever demonstrate to me is the most important things to spend your money on is the amp and the pedals. And as long as the guitar you've got is kind of functional, you sort of get away with it. But it's just...
I kind of agree with you, but this guitar's making me feel some kind of thing.
Well,
Do you know-
Are we going there again?
No, we don't have to go there. But, it's nice. What I love the most about this is how different the tone is from this to this, because you can...
I think that's what I love about Telecasters.
Yeah.
Generally, it's like it's the simplest guitar that Leo Fender ever designed, and yet it's just still got everything. It's got
one of the
loads
best
in it. Yeah.
It's one of the best guitars he ever designed, and that's the reason why.
Right.
You want to play something?
Yes.
We're gonna jam our way out of this video for you because it's been too long. But just to say, I love this beautiful little mustard-coloured golden delight that Lee managed to find. And yes, I would like to take it home. Probably more than that one.
Well, thank you very much for watching. Comment below on what you liked best. But yes, I think we've demonstrated here that whatever your budget, give or take, you can put together a pretty cool rig. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time.
Bye. 1, 7.